Hi, and welcome to In the Kitchen with Mama Dreads. Thank you for joining me and for cooking along with me. Be sure to check in the description box below for the full recipe. There'll be a link there to the blog so you can follow along with both the video and the recipe. So gather your ingredients and join me in the kitchen. So to start off with our cake, we're going to start off with the crumble topping. 2/3 cup of flour, 1 cup of solid packed light brown sugar, 1/4 cup of melted earth balance sticks, and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Very simple recipe, no big thing. We're just going to combine all the dry ingredients, the sugar and the brown sugar and the flour, and both all of the cinnamon. And you can use a spoon. I like to use my hands. And go ahead and mix that up. Even distribution. And then we're going to slowly drizzle in the melted earth balance or butter if you're using that. And we're going to move that around as well. And we're going to make small crumbles about the size of peas. So you see the crumbles? There we go. This is just a simple version. You could add oats and other things here, but this is what we're looking for today. And we're going to set this aside and begin making the cake. So to begin with, we're going to, of course, first of all, set the oven to 350 degrees, and we're going to prep the pan. So we're going to prep the pan, and when I make cake, I always use a parchment bottom. It's just so much easier to get out. So I cut a piece of parchment and I marked it with a marker. And we're going to cut that out real quick. Doesn't have to be exact. We are going to spray our pan with some olive oil and place the parchment in the bottom, just like that. And we'll set that aside until we are ready. So here we have all the ingredients prepped out. We have 2½ cups of flour, 1½ hard-packed brown sugar. We have, in this cup, we have all of our spices, our cinnamon, ground ginger, nutmegs, cloves, allspice, and we have the baking powder and the baking soda and the salt together. And basically all we're going to do with this recipe is mix all the dry ingredients together and then all the wet ingredients together. Mix them up. I like using a wire whisk. It's easier than using the wooden spoon. I'm going to go ahead and add the baking powder, the baking soda, and the salt. So you can see here how nice and fine it is. You can also pass the brown sugar through a sieve if you find that it is clumping. The lovely thing about this recipe is that it requires no mixer. So we are done with the dry. We're going to set that aside. And now we are going to mix all the wet ingredients together. In the bowl we have the oil, the applesauce, unsweetened applesauce. We have the vegan milk. Any milk will do. I used almond milk. You can use soy, as long as it's unsweetened. The vanilla and the molasses. We're going to mix that all together. So you can see here it's all homogeneous, all fully blended. So we're going to take our dry ingredients and we're going to create a well in the center. And we're going to go ahead and pour in our wet. Add the wet to the dry all at once. This is so simple. Such an easy cake with such amazing results. That is it. And we're going to mix this till it's all combined. I like to rotate the bowl, lift up over and under till it's combined well. So here we are, and it is just mixed. We don't want to over combine it. We don't want streaks of flour anywhere, but we don't want to whisk it and continue to beat it. It will toughen the cake. So that's it. We're going to go ahead and pour it into the pan. It's going to be a thick batter. So here we are in the pan, and we're just going to take the offset spatula and even it out a little bit. There we go. By the way, this is about a 10-inch cake pan. I don't know if I mentioned that before. There we go. And then we're going to take our crumble topping that we made earlier and put it all around the top. There we have it, and it's ready to go into a 350-degree oven for about 30 to 40 minutes. I start checking at about 30 minutes. Alright, it's time to give it a check. I checked it at the 30-minute mark and it was not ready. So I'm going to check it again using a dowel. Still not ready. I don't know if you can see that, but it is not ready. So we're going to try it again in 5 minutes. Here we go for our test, and we're testing with the skewer, and it's nice and dry. We know the cake is now ready. We're going to set it aside and let it cool. And here she is out of the oven, looking wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and dust her with powdered sugar. I just wanted to show you when it got time to take it out. I should have put that on video. You stick your offset spatula on the side of your cake, pressing it completely as you go around, holding the cake and inverting. But I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you enjoy the cake. I hope you make it for yourself. Thanks for joining me.